Ever since Meghan and Harry walked away from their positions as working members of the royal family, they don't get any funding from the monarch, and they also don't get an allowance from Harry's father. Well, of course not. They've got to use their own money, and they have to figure out a way to make their own money. So they decided the best idea was to exploit Harry's family status to get publicity in order to generate public awareness of their existence, and also, of course, increase the worth of their brand. But things did not have to be this way. They could have chosen to take a positive path. They could have worked to positively reinforce the good reputation of the royal family, but no. They decided to go down a very dark path where they put themselves as the innocent victims and they portray the royal family as being evil. Now, it has made a lot of money for them thanks to the interest that people have in the royal family, but at the end of the day, that has a very limited worth. I mean, how many different versions of this victim story can they tell before the public is fed up? Let's think back to the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. So Harry threatened not to come unless his security demands were met, which got him some extra publicity, and also the curiosity of people asking, will they come or won't they come? In the end, they did come, but they didn't come with the other royals. Instead, they tried to steal the spotlight of the event to put it on themselves. And Harry seemed very upset at the reception he got from the crowds and his seating position in the non-working section of the family. It seems like Harry really is trying to repeat that performance once again at the coronation of his own father. Harry has started this publicity campaign that he won't attend, or maybe he will attend, and he has traveled to the UK to come to the preliminary hearing of a court case that he and a few other people are bringing against the media for things they claim they did in the past. And now it's an issue for the court to rule on. Harry had his own security people when he came to the hearings, and apparently he didn't have any security worries this go around. Harry has been reported as setting conditions before he's going to consider attending the coronation, and this is probably just another publicity ploy on his part. If they hold private discussions with the family, there is no guarantee whatsoever that the details are going to remain private. In fact, I would say it's pretty likely that Meghan and Harry are going to publish some type of an account of any talks in order to get more publicity for themselves so that they can, well, they believe, sell their brand. The world is already very familiar with how low Harry will go just to earn himself some money. The idea of privacy seems to be pretty different between the royal family and Meghan and Harry. If they're going to interrupt the coronation, how is that going to make them look? If they held a meeting in private, well, they don't have a reputation for being able to keep any sort of details private. If a meeting like that should occur, there is a good chance that their version of the story is going to be sold to the media to increase public awareness in the eyes of the people. And if the royal family stoops down to their level, which I don't believe they will, but anyway, if they bring forward some kind of court action, the publicity is only going to serve to benefit the desultory duo. Sharing any complaints in private is not really going to benefit Meghan and Harry, and that's why they don't do it, because it doesn't generate more publicity for them. The king invited Harry to his coronation, which of course is protocol, and as a peer of the realm, it's expected that he attend. If Harry accepts, then he maintains the connection with his family. If he refuses to come, or if he doesn't show up, then he can't pull the victim card. Harry has already admitted that an invitation was indeed sent to him. Unlike his older brother, Harry's not going to have much importance in the ceremony at all. He's just going to be coming as a family member with no specific role in the proceedings. Harry could try and kick up a fuss, but the time to do that officially is long past. And Harry does seem to believe that he is one of the most important, most influential members of the family. His role, though, has been diminishing over the years. There are a few ways that Harry could cause some mild embarrassment to his father, but that's going to pass. And after King Charles, of course, there's going to be King William, who, having grown up looking after his younger brother, might not be so forgiving of all the insults that Harry and Meghan have leveled at the Princess of Wales. Many people also keep posing the question, why can't Charles and William just make up with Harry? What these people do not seem to understand, though, is that it is impossible to reason with a couple of people who have severe personality disorders, and one of whom is seriously mentally ill. Aside from that, nobody ever does anything when blackmailed, which is an incredibly low way to try to get what you want. Disagreements are never simply one person's fault. There are always many different perspectives, and Harry doesn't understand that. Harry is a grown man though, supposedly, so he should really figure out how to act like one. But because he is so immature, he lacks self-discipline, he lacks a true sense of self, and he's not very smart, then he remains in this shadowy world of the perpetual child. And of course, things are made a lot worse by his drug problems. I'm afraid there is not going to be a happy end to this story until Harry wants to better understand himself. He needs to look within. Harry claims that he has had years of therapy. Well, if that's true, boy, he makes therapy look like it doesn't work at all. Many years ago in London, apparently, a therapist walked out saying that Harry had no intention of getting better. So it looks like his victimhood is really a part of who he is at this point. I don't know if Harry's ever going to be able to give that up. Meghan and Harry have never really wanted to discuss anything with the king, or they would have done so a long time before now. And as for causing a scene at the coronation, I mean, even if they do come, they are going to be carefully monitored and they're going to be watched. There will be police officers there, Secret Service agents, and whoever else. They're not going to allow them to make one bad move, and they're going to be far away from the center of attention in the Abbey. We can be sure of that. King Charles also really needs to focus more on the people of his country. He doesn't need to be led by his emotions. And I'm sure that he's got all kinds of advisors, but does he really need anybody to tell him how Meghan and Harry have been acting ever since they walked away from the royal family? In my opinion, to have the two of them there would be so irresponsible. We already know Meghan and Harry are going to try to stir up some chaos. It's what they do best. Their popularity in the US is at an all-time low, so they're desperate right now to get more attention in order to stay relevant. And Netflix, of course, needs more information for another series, or maybe Penguin Random House is going to help Harry write another book or something ridiculous like that. All they want is attention. Does the king really believe they're coming over to the coronation to honor him? Absolutely not. He has to know them better than that. He is not a stupid man. So why is he going to put his big day at risk? They do not deserve to be there. They have made it clear to everybody in the world that they despise the monarchy, and they want to do whatever they can to destroy it. Some people have commented that the king is worried that maybe he's going to push Harry over the edge mentally. But that's really not for him to worry about anymore. After all, doesn't Harry have Meghan, his wife, to help him go over the edge? It looks to me like Harry is the one who decided to put his father out of his life. King Charles has other family members to focus on. He has loyal, faithful family members who have been there for him. He needs to try his best to protect them and to show respect towards them rather than worry about pushing Harry over the edge. He's also got the people of his country to take care of because he is the king. At this point, I think Meghan and Harry are capable of anything. They're really unhinged and they're so unpredictable. If they make a scene, they're going to have to be dragged away from the venue, I think. Just imagine how many people are going to be there to see that. All the world's media will be there. Instead of the coronation, the news coverage will be focused on that dramatic incident. So I think it's a very bad idea indeed to invite the two of them because they are unhinged attention seekers. And you, do you agree with me? Please tell me what you think below in the comments section. If you preferred our video this evening, don't be afraid to like and share with your friends and relatives who would enjoy it too.